Hey, first grade art friends, it's dinosaur week. So this week we are going to be creating the dinosaurs that we're going to put into our city. And this is the dinosaur that I drew when I created my example city. So what we're going to do is, if you guys want to grab, Mrs. Herbay gave you guys two pieces of the same of this rectangular paper. It's rather stiff paper, and this is what we're going to be drawing our dinosaurs on because it's nice and stiff, and it will allow them to stand up nice and straight. But for the first part, what I want you to do is you can grab the dinosaur worksheets that I gave you that kind of show you how to draw dinosaurs. And if you want to grab a page in your sketchbook and a pencil, we'll first practice, sort of do a little bit of practice drawing, and then you can draw your dinosaurs for real onto the paper. So go ahead and grab your stuff and we'll get started. All right, guys, so I printed out a picture of a Stegosaurus that I used in the PowerPoint, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you guys how you can use this to draw your own dinosaurs. And I don't have the worksheets that I gave you. I have those at school, but you will use those worksheets to draw different dinosaurs in just the same way that I'm going to show you with the Stegosaurus. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw the oval for the body first. And this oval is a little bit tilted, so I'm going to kind of, and you might say, well, it's hard to draw an oval. What you can do is you can kind of draw the first curve like this, and then you can kind of, so it's sort of like a rainbow and a smile. And if you do it nice and lightly, then you can kind of make some adjustments to your oval and get it how you like it. Okay, so there is my oval. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look and see, okay, what happens when at the base of this oval? And what happens, and this is kind of like when we drew our birds, sort of the neck then of the Stegosaurus is coming up and off of that oval, right? And then I see, oh, the head is kind of this little head like this. There's like a cheek, and then it kind of comes down and around like that. Okay, and then what I can do is I can erase this line right here because I don't need to see that as much now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back up here and see, oh, this is where the tail gets added on. So then I'm going to kind of draw that tail. And once I get the tail on, then I'll take out that other line of the oval. And you can see, oh wow, I have the body and I have the tail and I have the head. Then I'm going to think about the four legs, right? And so I see, okay, there's a leg that's coming down here, and it's kind of coming around like that. And then here's kind of his foot, like that. So there's a leg. And then I'll draw the other leg. And here's the other one. Whoops, came in a little bit too much. And once you have it down, you can kind of play around with it. I see like, oh, maybe that one's a little too wide. So I'm just gonna kind of, maybe the belly's a little bit more like that. And so I'm gonna come down here like this. So there's that leg. And then last but not least, I'm gonna add the last leg. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all of those fun little, I'm going to add the eye and part of the mouth. And then what I'm going to do is then I'll start to add all of these little spikes. Okay, and there you have it. There is my Stegosaurus. Okay, and then what you can do is after you practice doing this maybe once and kind of see how you like it, then what you're going to do is we're going to grab I gave you 2 sheets of this paper, and so what you can do is you can choose 2 dinosaurs that you would like to draw, and you can draw them on this piece of paper. One of the things we want to think about is that we talked about earlier was scale and drawing the dinosaur so that it's the right size in relationship to the buildings in our city. So we don't want a teeny tiny dinosaur because in most cases the dinosaurs were about as big as like a normal regular building. So the most important thing to get the size of your dinosaur will be drawing that first oval. Okay, so you don't want to make if you make your oval really teeny like this, then your dinosaur is going to be really teeny. But if you make your oval huge, your dinosaur might be too big. So one way to kind of figure out is if you make the oval maybe about the size of like a lemon, if that kind of gives you an idea. So Mrs. Herbay is just going to kind of sketch. So that's about how big you might want to make your oval when you go ahead and draw most of the dinosaurs about like this. Now if you decide to do the T-Rex, the T-Rex's oval is probably going to go, you're going to draw it a little bit more vertically or diagonally to fit the T-Rex on the paper. But then you'll just go ahead and just do basically what you just did for the practice. So same thing, since I already worked on it, I kind of know, okay, here's my so there's the head of my Stegosaurus, and then I'm gonna do the tail. And then I'm gonna erase those lines in between. There we go. All right, so now I have the body, and then again we're just going to do the legs. So I'm coming down and then down. There's one leg. And then I'm going to do the second leg. And then we'll do, there's another leg coming this way. And then there's a leg that's coming this way. Okay. And then once I have the actual outline drawn, then the cool thing is then I can go ahead and then add those little details again, like we talked about. So there's these little spikes, and they start out really small, and then as they go along the neck, they start to get a little bit bigger. And then I'll just keep going. You kind of bend over. And then there's another one. And then there's a little one here. And I might just make the tail just a tad bit longer. All right, guys, so there you have it, and I might just move that line down a little bit like there. Okay, so there is my Stegosaurus, and after I draw this guy, then I'm going to draw another one. And you guys, so you can choose 2 dinosaurs that you want to draw, and then once you finish, if you would like to take a black marker, we're going to outline them with a black marker. And we're not going to add color this week because I think I just want you guys to practice really just drawing the dinosaurs. And we'll talk about some ways we can add color next week. And next week we'll also talk about cutting them out and then adding them to our city. So I hope you have fun. Just remember to practice, not to be too hard on yourself, to have fun with this. And I can't wait to see your dinosaurs, and I look forward to talking to you on Tuesday.